Welcome back to the Secondhand Showcase, everybody. What we have here is what is considered a late war or last-ditch Japanese military rifle. This is a Japanese Arisaka Type 99, sometimes called a late model 39 bolt-action gun. It is chambered in 7.7 Japanese or 7.7 by 58. This example does have the mum. It hasn't been defaced. This, being a late war gun, does not have the traditional dust cover that came with the early examples of this gun. Also, it has a simplified front sight. It doesn't have the anti-aircraft sights that you would see. This is more of just a, just a peep sight. The fore end does not have wood on the top of the barrel. The later ones, they were trying to save on supplies, so they didn't do that. What is commonly misunderstood, even on these late war guns, is, let's do it better on this side. What's commonly misunderstood is this split right here is not indicative of a late war gun. It's because that, as I've been told, they didn't have a lot of large trees in Japan, so they had to use smaller trees and they glued them together. So if you see this split, one, it's not a crack, but two, that is not indicative of a late war last-ditch gun either. When these guns were being produced early in the war, it's my understanding anyway, they still had that split. It's by virtue of the wood that was available to them in Japan. As the war progressed, they also cut back on some of the finishing. So like the barrel bands, while there are a lot rougher than, say, the earlier guns. Here's a good example where you can just tell they didn't try to clean up that weld at all. It does have a bayonet lug on it though. So these guns have really gone up in value over the last probably 10 years or so. I remember back in the 80s you couldn't give Japanese weapons away. They had a very, very bad reputation, and subsequently after the war it was determined by people a lot smarter than me that the Japanese Arisaka Mauser type rifle was supposedly the strongest action rifle of World War II, at least bolt action guns. So if you do get one of these, I wouldn't worry about shooting it. It's not really an issue. Just make sure it's actually a real gun and not a training gun where there's anything wrong with it. You could take it to a gunsmith and have them check it out. Let's see here. Even on the back of the bolt, let's see if I can get that. They had to do some machining back there to make it so you could still turn the back of the bolt with your hand and do all that. It's my understanding that this example is less ornate than the early example. So I personally can't tell. That looks pretty ornate to me, but I'm not the guy to judge. Anyway, if you want to know more about this gun, go to our blog page, john1911.com. There'll be a link in the description if you want to talk to the dealer about it, unless I pick it up for myself. And remember, it's all about shooting guns and having fun. Everybody, have a good day.